Hey guys, it's your girl Nosh. Hope everything is well. Hope everyone is doing great. Great. I don't know where that was going. Anyways, right back at you. How is everyone doing? Like I said, I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing well. So apparently, this full moon that we had in Capricorn, or that we're kind of like still in the residual of, this is the second full moon Capricorn that we've had. And it kind of feels like Saturn's like giving us a chance, like redo. So if you fucked up last time and you weren't able to let go of something, this is a time period that's telling you it's time to. We're also running in the shadow of the Mercury retrograde. We got that coming up in August. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Neptune is retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. So if you're fucking up right now, you're doing it on purpose. Like if you're not learning your lesson, you're literally doing it on purpose because you don't want to. That's what I'm going to say right now. Because of the way the stars are sitting and the way it kind of makes me feel like the planets are our teachers right now, right? That are giving us open book quizzes. And if you fail an open book quiz, you stupid. That's what I used to say about the kids back in high school. Even back in college. Well, in college, like everybody passed an open book quiz or an open book test. That was just easy. High school people, fuck around. They don't really listen. But if you really fail this time, you stupid. You really are. Because the universe is literally handing it to you and saying, look, this is what you're doing. They're literally making people show their ass to you. It's you the one that's choosing not to let go. You know that, right? Like, this person isn't good for you. You know this person is playing games. You know what you need to do. You need to know. Yeah, you need to know. You know you need to get to work on time. Meaning it's you. You know you should leave the house 5 minutes early or 10 minutes early. You know you should pack that lunch. You know you should pack that snack so this way you're not hungry around 1:30. Or I'm sorry, if you start working earlier, you're not hungry around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It's you. You're the one who's playing games with yourself. And I think that is being projected into your life. And that's why people are playing games with you. Now, this may be for a specific person who's listening, or this could be for the collective. Take it how you want it. But the message is, stop playing with yourself. So this way, that did not come out right. Stop toying with yourself, and other people won't toy with you or your emotions. If you take yourself seriously, other people will start taking you seriously. A lot of times people do this and get away with it is because people lack self-respect and boundaries. Once you gain that self-respect for yourself and you have boundaries for yourself, you will not allow any creature under the sun or the moon to play with you. The key is self-respect. Right? I'll give you an example. I had a friend who was talking to this guy. She just met this guy or whatever in passing. Like, I forgot where she was. Anyways, the guy says to her, what's your favorite food? And she said, my favorite food is fries. And he's like, I could afford that. Let me take you out since you're so cheap. I was standing next to her and I heard him say this to her. And I just looked down at the floor and I was like, did he just say that? Did he just call my friend cheap? My friend is a very sweet girl. Very sweet. She doesn't have the wit that I have. She doesn't have the smart ass mouth that I have. So me being the dick that I am, I chimed in and said, hey, did you just call my friend cheap when she was just trying to give you a chance? Because you look like you haven't even been on a first date. And he just looked at me like, whoa. And my friend looked at me like, and I was like, you don't call her cheap. And I said, you don't call any woman cheap. I said, understand that? And he immediately apologized. And he goes, I was just trying to be funny. And I said, hey, you're not funny. It's like, this is not grade school where you pull a girl's hair because you like her. And I was like, this is why I guess you have to go pick up women on the street, right? Because no one wants to approach you. And he's like, all right, I get it. You can stop roasting me. I said, no, I'm gonna continue roasting you because you call my friend cheap. I'm that type of friend. First of all, I'm the pit bull friend, not the golden retriever friend, the pit bull friend, the Doberman friend. There's a certain way I feel about people that are in my circle. So, but she didn't say anything. She didn't stand up for herself, and I had to talk with her after we saw him. No, she did not give her number to him. I said to her, I was like, you can't let people talk to you that way, even if it's a joke. You don't know someone well enough, especially in the first meeting, to joke with them like that. I believe first meetings should all be about respect. There's a lot of people that are like smartasses or whatever. Shut them down. Shut them down. If someone treats you a certain way and you don't like it, don't deal with it. Someone gives you confusion, mind games, don't deal with it. It is you who should be blamed because you allow them to do that to you. If you know that a person is capable of being flaky, is capable of not standing next to their word, and not being reliable, don't deal with them. Go silent. And if they still don't change after you going silent, then you know this person is not going to do this for you. When you really like someone, when you want something to work, you go the extra mile to make it work. You go the extra mile to let this person know you like them. And if they're not doing that for you, why do you still even like them? This is what this full moon in Capricorn was about. To dead all the cycles that have been consistent in your life for the past 16 years. That 16 years ago, that since 2008, that you've been doing that same thing that you've been doing, right? That's what this full moon in Capricorn was for. This buck moon. That's what it's called, a buck moon. Buck, if you know. Let me stop. So yeah. So if there are things that you've been doing, a way of thinking, a way that you've been carrying yourself, the way you've been treating yourself, the way you've been treating others, this is the time period to change, because if you don't change, it's going to get hazardous. Okay? The universe does not want you being treated like shit. So it's purposely bringing up people into your life that are going to treat you like shit just to see what you're going to do. Test you to see, have you got boundaries yet? Do you have self-respect yet? And if you don't, you failed. You're failing if you do not have this. Because in the type of world that we're living in, self-respect and boundaries are all we have. These people are like predators. They smell it on you. They smell when you don't have boundaries. They smell it when you don't have self-respect. That's why they do the things that they do. And now you're going to say, well, no, how do I get self-respect? Easy. You ask yourself, do I like the way I'm being treated right now? Would I treat myself like this? Would I stand me up? Would I play games with me? Would I keep flaking out on me? Would I be late on me? Would I buy me flowers? Would I buy me chocolates? Stay away from chocolates, guys. Sugar, diabetes. Would I do this to me? Would I lie to me? And if the answer is no, then why are you letting other people do it? The way you treat yourself sets a tone for how other people treat you. Roast a motherfucker if they roast you. Get it back at them. Go ahead. Say what you need to do. Say what you need to say. Someone's making fun of you. Either you could do two things: make fun of them back, or walk the fuck away, and just give them the silent treatment. And then tell them, don't fucking do this shit again, and keep that in mind. Tell them, don't do it again. They do it again, out. Just out. Don't even explain. Just be out. Because a lot of times what happens is we are loving individuals, we're kind individuals, and we want to love other people. But the truth of the matter is most people do not deserve to be loved. They don't. Most of the people that you're picking to love, they don't even love themselves. How are you going to love someone who doesn't even love themselves? Because they're not going to be able to return that love to you. Most of you girls and guys are chasing people who don't love themselves. That's why they're treating you that way. And that's why this Capricorn buck moon that we had was to help you release a lot of things. Release a lot of delusions. That's another thing. That Neptune in retrograde. is to help you release the delusion. That if you think this person really likes you, and them beating on you, them treating you in a bad way, them psychologically manipulating you, them cheating on you is the way they show that they love you. Biggest illusion is when you listen to tarot readings and they tell you, oh, he likes you, but he doesn't want to tell you because he's afraid. Well, too bad. That's his fucking loss. When he's not afraid, he can tell me he likes me, and then maybe we could do something. Till then, I'm moving on. Most of you are sitting there waiting for this person to call you. And you keep telling you keep making excuses for themselves, for them. Right? And this goes out to the people who keep making excuses for other people. Bad behavior is bad behavior. You don't need to make an excuse for it. Either correct it or walk away from it, or else you're going to continue dealing with it. And it doesn't matter where it comes from. Bad behavior is bad behavior. If someone yells at you, if someone speaks down to you, someone is psychologically manipulating you, someone is gaslighting you, right? Someone is not abiding by what they said. That's, in a sense, that's abuse. If you really want to get sensitive in this matter, that's abuse. You keep making an appointment with someone to meet up with them, and they keep dodging you, or they keep standing you up. They keep canceling on you. Why are you dealing with this person? Cut them off. Let them do what they're doing. Apparently, it's more important than you. If someone makes you feel that something else is more important than you, you do not need to be there. As my mom always says to me, go where you're respected. Go where you're admired. Go where you're loved. You're not going to get anything from a place that doesn't have any of that for you. You hear? Even my cat agrees. Like, Take cats, for example. They're very choosy on who they interact with, especially when it comes to humans. Like, unlike dogs, right? I love dogs. I love all animals, but this is why I like cats. Dogs, even if you don't like them, they'll come up and they'll wag their tail. They'll try to have you pet them. You know, dogs try to win your love over. Cats fucking don't. They just look at you like, bitch, I don't like you. Stay the fuck away from me. And if they like you, you'll know it. You'll know if a cat likes you. You'll know if a cat doesn't like you. Very simple. Dogs, on the other hand, they're loving creatures. Not that I'm saying cats aren't, but cats are moody. Cats have self-respect. Cats have major self-respect. Think about that for a second. If you have a cat, you know what I'm talking about. They have boundaries. You could own a cat up to like 15, 20 years. If they don't want to be pet by you, they won't come by you. They'll literally. I've had my cat for a very long time. It's just me and my cat, right? My cat knows I'm the mama. But there's some days where my cat's not in the mood. What does he do? He don't let me pet him. I try to kiss him, he turns his face. Do that to a dog. The dog won't turn his face. He'll be right there for you. You could beat on a dog. You could do whatever you want on a dog. I really hope you don't do that, though. But the dog will stay there. There's an old story that I've heard that this owner used to abuse his dog. And then one day the neighbors saw it, and he left the gate open for the dog to run away because he felt bad. Right? This is like a long time ago. So don't start asking me why didn't he call animal control or blah, 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 blah. It's just a fucking fable, guys. For those of you who are like, well, why didn't they call the fucking da-da-da-da? It's a story. Anyways, there's a dog that kept getting abused by its owner. The neighbor saw it. One day the neighbor goes and he opens up the gate to let the dog out. The dog sits right in the middle of the open gate but doesn't go anywhere. Because it's psychologically trained to stay where it is no matter what happens. To be loyal to their owner. And people like that don't even deserve animals, bro. If you are abusive to your animal, may your hands fall off. May they just break and fall off. That's what I pray. Because animals are such loving creatures. Like, all they deserve is love. Nothing else. No matter what they do, how they do it, they just deserve love. The more love you give an animal, you'll see how loyal and loving they are to you. Unfortunately, dogs are loyal regardless of what they do because they know you feed them. Cats know you feed them. Cats know you do all of that for them. But be disrespectful to them. They'll fucking smack the shit out of you. That's why in this world full of dogs, be a cat. Meaning, in this world full of people pleasers, be a cat. Have some self-respect for yourself. So this full moon in Capricorn was all about self-respect and boundaries. Stop allowing the shit that's been going down in your life to happen. And when I say stop allowing shit to go down in your life that's been happening, it's stop allowing these people to treat you this way. Hey! Hey! You want to stop? Thank you. Probably serenading a cat outside. It's that time, guys. It's that time of the summer where it's driving me crazy every night. It's like, oh my God. But I'm not letting him outside. I don't want any grandchildren. I don't want grandchildren. I don't want my cat to be a deadbeat father. And plus these cats are for the streets. My boy, he's noble. He's prestigious. He does not need to be with these ragamuffins running around the street out here. Anyways, the universe is quizzing you, especially right now in this marking period. Oh my God. The teacher came out of me. During this time period, especially with the shadow period going on, the 3-week shadow period before Mercury goes retrograde, you're going to have a lot of people that come back, just like every retrograde. Do you want to know why this happens? Mercury retrograde is the quiz. Every time we have a Mercury retrograde, it is just quizzing you to see what are you going to do. You ever notice the theme that you get every Mercury retrograde? Either somebody comes back, you get into an argument with someone that you normally would get into an argument with. Like, say you have a sister that every time Mercury retrograde comes around, you get into an argument with her, right? Mercury retrograde is over, you guys make up, you start talking. Next Mercury retrograde comes, you get into an argument again. Universe is telling you, stop arguing with that bitch. Leave her alone. She is who she is. She ain't gonna change, and it's not your job to change. Accept her for who she is and keep your distance. Or the older people that come back into your life, like the past lovers and shit. The universe is testing you. This person is not changed. Why are you dealing with them? I don't believe in people changing. I really don't. I just believe people get better. There is no people change. People are people by nature. The shit that they do is by nature. So if they're good by nature, they'll always be good by nature. If they're fucked up by nature, that's exactly what they'll display. Because a lot of people who are fucked up by nature, it's conditioning. I had an individual that I knew, and I was coaching him. This was like 2022. And I explained to him, this is what he's doing. And he said, okay, you know what? You're right. I am going to seek further out, and I'm going to get, like psychological help for it. He got a therapist. A year later, we meet up again, do a reading for him. He's doing the same shit again. But now he's doing it with someone else. His issue is that he cannot be alone. And this is what I explained to him 2 years ago, that you need to get out of this mode of not wanting to be alone. This is why you pick people and you have sexual relations with them, but you're not committed to them. And he said, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm going to get therapy. Okay, good. Go ahead. Because I'm not a licensed therapist, so I can't help in that area. I'm only a spiritual therapist. You know what I mean? I'm a certified spiritual therapist, not a licensed therapist. So he went and he got therapy or whatever, comes back to me a year and a half later and says, hey, can you do my reading and see how everything's going? I said, oh, so how did therapy go? Therapy's going good. We talked about a lot of things. They showed me the things that I'm doing and I understand it. And then when I'm doing the reading for him, he's telling me, so I've been sleeping with this girl. I really don't want a commitment with her. But can you tell me what else is coming for me? I said, hey, 2.5 years ago, this is the same conversation we had, that you keep getting involved with people, but you don't want a commitment with them. I said, you're doing it again. And I was like, so what is the point of all this therapy? And he's like, yeah. I said, you know what? I was like, I get it. I said, you probably should not be involved with anyone till you figure this out with you on why you do this. And I'm hoping that if he's listening to this video, I hope everything worked out for you, bro. I really do. I really do. But like I said, when people are fucked up by nature, it's conditioning. And it takes a long time for that conditioning to dissipate. You have to give a lot of time to that conditioning. So most of you are conditioned to being lied to. Stop doing that. Seek help from that. Go seek help, professional help, to help you understand why you like being lied to, or why is it that you take people's treatment so easily. Like for me, if you are not treating me with respect, if you are not treating me with love, I'm not going to deal with you. I don't care if you're a family member. You could have my blood running in your veins, right? You know what I mean by that, right? Sibling, family, whatever. If you do not speak to me with respect and kindness and love, there is no reason for me to speak to you, which comes back to what my mom says. If they're not respecting you, they're not loving you, they're not being nice to you, they're not being kind to you, leave them the fuck alone. My mom taught me that when I was in 3rd grade, the first time I got bullied. She literally told me, she goes, you don't need to fight that woman. Well, at that time, it was a little girl. That little girl wasn't little either. She was like fucking 5'5", and I was like so tiny. I was like 4'11", 4'10", and she was like 5'5". And shame on her that she used to bully me. She pushed me down the stairs in 3rd grade. I still don't like that bitch. I've forgiven her, but I don't like her. I still know her whole entire fucking name. I'll not forget that name. Why? Because of what she did. I was coming down the stairs, and she pushed me, and I fell down the stairs. And I told my mom that day. I cried to her, and I told my mom, because I cut my knee open. She said to me, she goes, stay away from that girl. When you see her coming and you're going up the stairs, turn around and go down the stairs and go out the side door. Ignore her. And if she continues to bother you, just tell your teacher, but do not speak to her. Do not give someone like that your energy. And don't be afraid to go get help for it. And that's what I did. She stopped bullying me. She stopped bullying me. She started calling me a tattletale. I'd rather be a tattletale if it's going to stop you from bullying me, right? That's what my mom taught me. She goes, you might as well be a tattletale, because if not, she goes, what if next time she pushes you harder and you break a leg? She goes, she's out to be hurtful. And that's how people are, my loves. My loves, people are hurtful, and they do it on purpose. So it is your job to protect yourself from people that are hurtful. So stop allowing hurtful people into your life. Stop allowing hurtful situations into your life. That is the only way you're going to rise above this. If you know what person is capable of, and you know how they are, and you're thinking in your head, oh, well, I'll take them back and things will work out and maybe they've changed. No, people don't change. Altogether, just fucking leave it, drop it, and go find something else. It's best to have something new than to deal with something old that gives you a headache. All right? It's like those pair of pants that you have. I know you love them, but every time you wear them, they're fucking tight. They're tight. They don't look right. You got bulges all over the place. Either lose weight or get rid of the fucking pants. 2 things. If you're anything like me, you lose weight and you keep the pants around to be your goal marker. Like, I want to get back into these pants, so I'm going to fit into them. Meaning I'm going to lose the weight. I'm going to do this, do that. And I'm going to get back into them. That's different. It's clothes. You can't do that with people. You can't fit yourself inside people. Because when you try to fit yourself inside of a person, it doesn't work, because you're only minimizing yourself when you should be thriving and growing and evolving. Okay? When a person treats you bad, it is not like your favorite pair of pants that you want to get back into. Because it's not going to work. No matter how much you try to be what that person wants you to be, what they want you to be, yeah. It's not going to work, because that's not really you. So a lot of you are out here walking on eggshells, doing all these things that you want other people to be happy with. But who's making you happy? Are your goals being met? Are your needs being met? Are you being treated with kindness? No? Then fuck it. Walk the fuck away. Yeah, it's going to be lonely for a little bit, but that's the test right there. Can you handle being alone? And most of you can't. That's why you guys keep ripping and running into different relationships. Every time you break up with someone, it is valid that you give yourself time to heal from that, from those feelings, from those emotions, from that energy. But a lot of you, what you're doing is you're jumping into other people. You jump from one person to another person to another person. That's why this Capricorn moon is telling you, stop this cycle that's been going on since 2008. It's not worth it. Because all you're doing is deteriorating yourself from inside out. You're allowing these people to cause you anxiety. Your anxiety is not stemming from within. It's stemming from your outsides. And when you realize that your anxiety is stemming from outside, when you remove yourself, your anxiety will go away too. Think about that for a second. So this full moon that we've had, I really hope that you let go of the things that no longer serve you. I really hope that you align yourself with the things that are meant for you. I really hope that you align yourself with your higher self. For those of you who cannot commit, I really hope that you're aligning yourself with your higher self and you're committing to your higher self. So this way you're teaching yourself commitment. For those of you who can't stop allowing people to treat you bad, I really hope you reach down inside and you find that self-respect and that self-love, and then you stop it immediately. For those of you who are letting people talk down to you, I hope you stand up for yourself. For those of you who are letting people cheat on you, I hope you find the self-love inside of you to walk away. So this full moon in Capricorn has come with this whole agenda of you working on yourself. You're getting a chance to understand what it is that you need to fix again. That's why it's called a do-over. So whatever you fucked up during the last Capricorn moon, right? You're getting a chance to fix it this time. And I really hope you choose yourself. Because when you choose yourself, everything that you're aligned with will come with it. When you don't choose yourself, you're not choosing what you're aligned with then. All right. Well, I love you guys. I hope you liked today's message. And I hope it finds you in health, wealth, and prosperity. Till next time, it's your girl Nosh. Bye, guys.